You're jamming with the hottest disc jockey. DJ Dork Genius.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com.
Noisy.
Yeah, where the fuck did a decade go? Hard cold, they called for snow. I was sober for the highs and lows. Ran away when I was 9 years old. Living my life on the side of the road. The older I get, the more I let go. I swear the city is bad for my soul. If you know what I know, you leave me alone. Where the fuck did my mind go? I think it's time to slow down. You remind me of a time zone that I never found. I was looking for the longest, the other side humongous. And if I find a peace of mind, and this was all for nothing, in my mind grow. I think it's time to slow down. You remind me of a time zone that I never found. I was looking for the longest, the other side humongous. If I find a peace of mind, and this was all for nothing. Yeah, I had a chance to hang with some friends in the A. Well, okay, I guess. Things took a turn for the worse in a matter of days. I still say I'm blessed, guess. I ain't that obsessed with me. Really just ain't the best for me. Gotta have my secret recipe. In the meantime, follow your destiny. I had a hand in the underground rap game. I put aside my pride for a minute. No shade to the motherfuckers in the group chat. Realize niggas like me was different. Side effect of the shit I'm sipping. Third eye blurry, obscuring my vision. Everybody on the internet tripping. I disappeared, they like who went missing. Goddamn. Friends in the palm of my hand. Enemies in the back of my mind. My real life ain't going as planned. I settle down as a background man. Say what I mean when I say I'ma do what I can. Got a plan, I'ma work that plan. I'ma do what I can. Where the fuck did my mind go? I think it's time to slow down. You remind me of a time zone that I never found.
We're in the countdown right now before we officially get started. If you haven't already, you can send your music to my email, ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com. All genres are accepted. Completely free to submit.
I was looking for the longest, the other side humongous. If I find a peace of mind, and this is all for all.
Got about 6 minutes and 40 seconds till we officially start.
DMAC Productions.
Let me try something real quick. Something different. How can I forget? How can I forget the things I went through? How can I forget? How can I forget the things I've been through? How can I forget? How can I forget? Never thought I'd get through. How can I forget? How can I forget? I know I get through. Strange flow in the kitchen. Watch the crack residue off the dish. Don't mind me, I'm just reminiscing on things I seen in my vision. Oh yeah. I ate syrup sandwiches, never had allowances. I started making beats, then I started making heat. I had to get it off another way. I had to find me another way to make it out. I'm a hood baby, yeah, the hood raised me, and I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. They say I could change the world, maybe I could change the world. One person at a time, let me stimulate your mind. We all been through the hard times, in the memories. We think about the dark times, and realize that those was the best times. How can I forget? How can I forget the things I went through? How can I forget? How can I forget the things I've been through? How can I forget? How can I forget? Never thought I'd get through. How can I forget? How can I forget? I did.
Now for my next number, I'd like to return to the classics.
Cause I've been through the struggle, seen it all, so it's only right I gotta stand tall, and it ain't hard to tell. I've been in wars and you can see the scars, felt the pressure doing bids behind them bars, and it ain't hard to tell. Was going crazy staring at them walls, but no matter what they say, I'll never fall, and it ain't hard to tell. This ain't the bottom, gotta give my all, go and get it, push the limits, never stall, and it ain't hard to tell. That pressure known to crush a nigga spirit, anything other than positive, no I ain't trying to hear it. Gotta move around, fearless, ain't a second to wait. In slow motion is better than no motion, keep up the pace, I gotta grind for it, stronger mind for it and persistent. Lungs good, so believe that I'm ready to go the distance, plus a hunger and a drive that some will relate to primal. Keep my head on the swivel, you slipping niggas a line. Snakes hide in the bushes, but I'm on to you lanes. When I see them bust their balloon like a carnival game. Promise you everything that's hitting, sure to come to the light. They'll never cheer for you, but I bet they'll come to the fight. And waiting for your downfall, they hope and pray that you lose. Reverse the roles and they couldn't walk a day in your shoes. But it's cool cause I promise the haters just give me energy. And keep in mind every friend is your potential enemy. For real, cause I've been through the struggle, seen it all. So it's only right I gotta stand tall and it ain't hard to tell. I've been in wars and you can see the scars. Felt the pressure doing bids behind the bars and it ain't hard to tell. Was going crazy staring at them walls. But no matter what they say I'll never fall and it ain't hard to tell.
It is
Since in the
Coach,
bottom gotta get my all. Go and get it, push the limits, never stall and it ain't hard to tell.
If you haven't already, send your music to my email. It's thatdorkyreviewshow@gmail.com. We are live via all platforms. Be patient if you are in that free line. You can pay to skip that line. Information will always be right in front of your face. But get yourselves in. Send y'all best work or something you working on that you are wondering if you should finish it. All that good stuff.
Yeah, where the fuck did a decade go? Hard cold, they called for snow. I was sober for the highs and lows. Ran away when I was 9 years old. Living my life on the side of the road. The older I get, the more I let go. I swear the city is bad for my soul. If you know what I know, you leave me alone. Where the fuck did my mind go? I think it's time to slow down. You remind me of a time zone that I never found. I was looking for the longest, the other side humongous.
2 minutes, 49 seconds.
If I find a peace of mind and this was all for nothing in my mind grow. I think it's time to slow down. You remind me of a time zone that I never found. I was looking for the longest, the other side humongous. If I find a peace of mind and this was all for nothing. Yeah, I had a chance to hang with some friends in the A. Well, okay, I guess. Things took a turn for the worse in a matter of days. I still say I'm blessed, guess. I ain't that obsessed with me. Really just ain't the best for me. Gotta have my secret recipe. In the meantime, follow your destiny. I had a hand in the underground rap game. I put aside my pride for a minute. No shade to the motherfuckers in the group chat. Realize niggas like me was different. Side effect of the shit I'm sipping. Third eye blurry, obscuring my vision. Everybody on the internet tripping. I disappear, they like who went missing. Goddamn. Friends in the palm of my hand. Enemies in the back of my mind. My real life ain't going as planned. I settle down as a background man. Say what I mean when I say I'ma do what I can. Got a plan, I'ma work that plan. I'ma do what I can. Where the fuck did my mind go? I think it's time to slow down.
Yeah, right.
You remind me of a time
1 minute,
zone that I
41 seconds.
I was looking for the longest.
This is a live music and reaction and review show for independent artists, producers, bands across the globe.
You remind me of a time zone that
all genres are accepted.
I was looking for the longest, the other side humongous.
If you send it correctly, you should get a confirmation email. If you send it correctly, you should get a confirmation email right back to your email, so check for that. If you did not, resend it again. Make sure in the subject line you do put your artist
I'm alive.
and producer,
I'm fine. Thank God.
your artist, song title, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff.
Yeah. I almost died today. On the way to work, I was arriving late. I swerved out the way of that car and I overcorrected, so I shut my eyes and prayed. Jesus, 65 down 68. Yeah, I heard some way, should relax, not brace. Seatbelt on, fair born with a tree in my face. Looking like, dang, I'm fucked. Oh no. Then I hit that bitch with a back end, rolled a couple times, but the car still landed. Hey, me, I landed in the backseat. Hey, glass everywhere, all around me. Fuck? Damn, I'm in someone yard now. Thank God I ain't hit that house. I ain't got no insurance, I've been driving without. Man, fuck that shit, I ain't paying that amount. I feel like Lazarus. Shit had me down for the count, I ain't having it. No, I ain't having it. Should've been dead, but I'm walking like Lazarus. I feel like Lazarus. Shit had me down, I ain't having it.
18 seconds.
Rose from my grave, walking out like I'm Lazarus. Almost lost my life. Can't forget with St. Patty's night. Should've went to go see a movie, but I got invited to courtside. So I pulled up to the court of my ride. Driver's side open, out of my eye. I'm in the car, press of the stars. Pop it twice, should've just died. Boom.
You're jamming with the hottest disc jockey. DJ Dork Genius.
I'm just randomly doing stupid shit. You already know what it is.
Please send your records to thatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com or get ready to die. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, hey there, you hosers. It's Arsenal the Beat Chef there up there in Canada. When I'm riding on Mooseback, I like to listen to that Dorky Review Show. Dork Squad, eh?
Autobots, share the stream.
It's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning, waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is so
Alright, man, welcome to the stream. If you are new to the show, pretty much we're a live music reaction and review show for independent artists, producers, and bands across the globe. I'm your host, Nonsense, aka Dork Genius, aka your mama's favorite dork, aka your dork for hire, aka Chris Nonsense, aka I got way too many damn names and stuff like that. I rap, I produce, I mix and master, I do this show daily if I can to again discover new music from the independent artist world. All genres are accepted. Whether or not we speak the language and can understand it, I still believe music is universal. So if you got something, send it. Just try not to send records that are on industry beats. All that means is if a bigger artist that is signed has already made a record to the exact beat, do not also make a record to that beat or send their song. The bigger artists and their labels are a little bit more strict with what we can play on some of our lives and stuff like that. So either some of the lives will get cut, blocked, flagged, or muted at different times, and we'll just, you know, tend to be affected and, you know, things like that. So try to send, you know, mostly original stuff. If you are remaking a record in some way, sampling it is a good way to go. Chopping it up, changing the speed, tempo, you know what I'm saying, different things like that will allow your record to, you know, be better perceived without just immediately getting us cut or whatnot. But they are very strict about, you know, certain art. Again, when DMX passed, we literally just tried to show love by playing one video you know, from him, and that stream just immediately got cut. Somebody sent a record featuring Tech 9, that one got cut. I tried to use a Joyner Lucas record as an example for, you know, when I was talking about, you know, bars and just like storytelling. I had wanted to play one of the records that I felt like he had really, you know, maximized that and did something, you know, dope. And, you know, that one just got cut while I was playing these songs. So they are a little bit weird. What else? Don't send Apple Music or Tidal. Everything else should be fine. So if it's YouTube, if it's SoundCloud, if it is BandLab, Bandcamp, MP3, Wave, iCloud seems to be the fastest way to you know, send a wave and stuff like that. And then what would you say? Yeah, when it was like favorite rapper, I'm saying R.I.P. DMX, man. Yeah, like rest in peace. Listen, DMX, man, was probably the most original artist, you know, on the planet or whatnot. We have a lot of those, but when you think about the pantheon of artists in various genres and throughout like hip hop, DMX did have just something that was unique. Like nobody else came and did the dog barking or the praying for you know, the beginning of records, intros, outros, skits and stuff like that. Like he had very specific things that he did. He was good at storytelling as well as making records for the streets, and you know, like he did his freaking thing or whatnot. So big shout out, and you know, rest in peace, man. We do gotta do a sort of a few reactions where we do look back or whatnot. Hopefully if I can make one, I would be able to post it and stuff. Anyways, if you are new to the show, as I said, send your music to my email. It's ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com. We rate every record on a 1 to 10 scale. All feedback is welcome. And we have 2 hashtags that will determine whether or not we immediately play a record again or cut it before it finishes, because what the hell is going on between me and you? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes the mix is way too crazy. Other times it just may be, you know, you being way too repetitive and we don't see the record going anywhere. You might not have a lot of energy. It may just be a meme record. We don't know. But the Dorky Don't Play That hashtag will cut some of those records if we are in the free line. If you do pay for a skip or have one that you send in, those will keep you safe in a bubble no matter what people think about your record. We will still give a full review whether or not we do end up cutting something or whatnot, because we want to give you guys consistent feedback and stuff like that. What do you say? You gotta scope out, you know what I'm saying, J Money, you know what I'm saying, she'll love his flow and stuff like that. Listen, he got to send something in or whatnot. Let's go ahead and get into the free line so we can get the line started. Baby Tally, you should be the first up. Let me see, we got your MP3. And again, I want to remind people that we are on all platforms. Do be patient while you guys are in the lineup. Skipping the line will get you played quicker. We do have ones that will allow you to get the full review recorded, because we have other platforms that will take those views from. Let's see what it is.
You already know, man. We put in, turn up on these niggas, man. Shout out to all the ladies, man. F it, man. Gang shit only, man. You already know, man. Baby gang. Hey, baby world. Let's get it.
I'm hoping it doesn't. I promise you I didn't plan this. I feel like we're listening to a puppet rap right now. Honestly, if you had a video to it. If Mickey Mouse became gangster. Well, Mickey Mouse rap. Yo, we got a Dorky, don't play that. Go. First one of the day. First one of the day.
I hate you, Bilbo. I hate you. I'll miss you.
Yo, listen. So no explanation needed, really. Like it doesn't even need the review. Like there's some entertainment value in the memeability of a record like this, right? But when it comes to meme records, right? The whole thing is, how far can you go before you're like, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you'll find a certain level of what the fuck, and then like, is he serious? You know, there's an aspect of like, we really want to hear you get in there and rap, right? I feel like when it comes to, you know, comedy rap, right? There are artists who've had it on lock for years and have been able to do it properly, from like a Ludacris, from a Redman, Busta Rhymes, depending on the record. Eminem in certain songs. You would have Lil Dicky. You know, there are artists who do it where you still think they have the skill to rap with it, right? And it's not just like why is he rapping like that, right? The way you're rapping doesn't allow us to really appreciate any, you know, potential, you know, dope bars that might be there, because we're too distracted by the like, what like what happened to Mickey Mouse, man. So this is what it's come to, huh? Like, people aren't watching Disney Plus, so now you gotta come to the chat world, man. You know what I'm saying? One of those. He said, definitely Muffet music. Yo, I may have to write that down. That might have to be the name of the album, yo. That might have to be the name of the album. And he said that was way too much. You know, J Money said, and listen, I agree. I ain't gonna fight you on that. You know, certain people won't even get as far as I did within there. Again, I started visioning a music video where it's like, okay, if it was like a Muffet or a tiny sized human being cartoon. You know what I'm saying? Like something that makes sense. It's like if you just point the camera at like a fly or some bug, you know, that's just like staring and then like looks like it's rapping the freaking song or some shit like that, and then keep going back and forth between that fly and you know something else, and like, you know, like people will take it in for a little bit longer, right? Like I said, there's some entertainment value in stupid shit. We love Adult Swim for that reason. Robot Chicken has always been very random with like what they pull from and, you know, how long the joke may be or whatnot. Family Guy often would have whole moments where they, for 5 minutes, Peter's just because he got hurt, like, and like we would do that same shit in real life, right? And they go for the entire thing, or they'll play some old, who the hell is this guy performing an oldies kind of song that we've never, you know, heard of on national television, and they just play that whole segment for like 3 or 4 minutes, and that's the joke. That's a joke, right? So anyways, I appreciate that. Let me read off a few more and then we'll jump back in your line. So that's what's wrong with people in 2025, man. This is the scientist, you know what I'm saying? It's okay, I submitted. Shout out to Reg Beats, welcome back. And then he said, I'm too serious of a person to be even letting that into my mental. Man, that's crazy. Hold on, let me see. You gotta see this live, you know what I'm saying? YouTube, get the full visuals. Yeah. So I do recommend that, you know what I'm saying? Watch on many, you know, we're on several platforms, right? So choose your poison. But when you can get the Dorky Don't Play That's, and you know, the run it backs, the certain cutaways that just show that the song is dope, which please tell me that I have, hold on, I might have not restarted. Why do I keep forgetting? I keep forgetting to freaking restart my freaking app or whatnot. So I have to manually go to freaking shit. All right, so let me head over here right quick. And then baby, it was like, listen. The thing is, right? The thing is, we appreciate all music, right? What you do want to know is how far anyone's going to be able to get with any of your records, right? Is it something that people are you know, willing to listen to all the way through? And if not, what are the things that make that happen, right? You gotta know when you are an acquired taste, right? If you are like we had an artist who will send every now and then to the show who the content is the thing that is like way too much, right? Like they have no filter. They will literally say any and everything. You know that it's to trigger every single person that you can think of, and it's so bad that we end up having to cut that. Like he could have sent a skip for that and I would send his money freaking right back, because you know it's way too crazy in that way. And this one, like, we can't pay attention to the lyrics because of how it's being rapped, right? And there's no visuals to it, so it's like, okay, well, how long are we just gonna really feel like we're, you know, rocking with this puppet and, you know, shit like that. But like, again, that's the joke. Let me see, muffin to lose. You said muffin to lose or nothing to lose? SKC, you know what I'm saying? He said, what's good? Nuclear dysfunction. SKC, you know what I'm saying? Welcome. Yeah, they added some Dorky Don't Play That's over there as well. Rugrats went mainstream. Listen. I think there's another voice, you know, kind of like cartoon wise that I think would be in everyone's head. Track I submitted is you know what I'm saying, 5 chosen from my 6, you know what I'm saying, release instrumental album. That's what's up. So that keeps the audience in tune with the entertainment aspect of the show and stuff like that. Agreed. All right, let me stop talking so I can get back into the line. Listen.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com.
All right, SKC, we got you up. Let's go ahead and I guess we got to download yours. Thank you for the, again, iCloud's the fastest way to do these. Click it, 3 seconds later, bam, we good. If I do it any other way, for whatever reason, it takes like a minute for it to pop up for me to actually download. I'm like, what the hell? All right. Yes, background music.
Non-stop, blowing pop, flying through by the cop. Bitch, I'm reckless, not from Texas, still get you screwed and chopped. Cheaping socks, shoes on, fully dressed, heat in bed. Troops on you, my twisted head. Demons never let me rest. I can't do this anymore. Bodies start to hit the floor in the art of war. Flipping backwards, I'm so raw. Still got my butt grind. People say they love my style, flow, crooked smile, unique voice, should go viral. Yeah, I cash checks. I ain't on a payroll. Selling off this fuego, bug looking rainbow, blowing out tornadoes, lava flow volcano, paper stacked up. I get hella peso. Yeah, I cash checks. I ain't on a payroll. Selling off this fuego, bug looking rainbow, blowing out tornadoes, lava flow volcano,
like already
paper
in the
stacked up. I get hella peso.
SKC.
Let 'em know, Shizzy Blaze, come to flow, end of day. You would know my fucking name. Pockets hurt, ain't got no change. On my person's phone chirping, getting work, get money certain. I don't do no hand in hand. They act stand, just a fan. Really want my work though. Still dump workloads. You make many purchases, I grab the boatload. Next level, so fantastic. Sleep on me like a mattress. Gets you put into a casket. Snap elastic, acrobatic. Baby, just maybe she should have let go. I'm contagious with the rabies. Don't let me bite your flow. Vicious with my writtens that we already know. Mumble rap don't come with that. See yourself to the door over here. You spit hip hop. Think you got it locked till I fade you like a high top. Triple stack plates, not talking IHOP. When he's got beef, I wonder what I got. Bread, yeah, I'm baking my cake. Don't touch my oven, it'll burn your face. You got wheat in your bowl, I mix mine with the egg. Yeast, salt, water, milk, butter, making bread. Yeah, I
gotta get your timing on point,
bruh. Selling off this fuego, bug looking rainbow.
I've been meaning to tell Blueface that for some time.
Lava flow volcano, paper stacked up. I get hella peso. Yeah, I cash checks. I ain't on a payroll. Selling off this fuego, bug looking rainbow. Blowing out tornadoes, lava flow volcano, paper stacked up. I get hella pesos. They know who I am and what I'm about. Don B from the O, representing the south side of the field, keeping it real. The only way I know how, I go rounds with the best of them. I never slow down. I know now that most of this is strictly propaganda, but I'm still on the loose with the juice like Tropicana. Ohio to Alabama, South Dakota and back. Until I triple my quota, I'm all over the map. It's a fact. Yeah, I cash checks. I ain't on a payroll.
He always brings the records up to another level.
Blowing out tornadoes, lava flow volcano, paper stacked up. I get hella peso.
Rap's a little bit more standard fare, but it works.
I ain't on a payroll, selling off this fuego, bug looking rainbow. Blowing out tornadoes, lava flow volcano, paper stacked up. I get hella pesos, they know.
Making dough, a lot of bread and cake for show. I might have a decent low, but see, I'm trying to make some more. Reclining ain't the way to go. Wasting time and faking, hesitating, not collecting nominations. I'm a pro in the game. Yes, you hustle, but it isn't the same. I know it's easier to blame me for your product moving slow. It's a shame. 7 days a week I'm working. Bet I don't leave the earth until I hit #1. I know where to aim. I claim this territory. I don't care about the story you're telling. I need the cheddar, homie. You can sit and complain. I'm only taking the route that leads me to the paper. I'm on the road to riches, nothing else to explain. From the high school locker to the Impala, getting dollars is the mission. I won't quit until I walk with the cane. And even then I'll probably power through the pain. Keep the crypto and all my assets, some pocket change and racks in the bank. Keep some steak and potatoes, bacon and eggs on my plate. I'm never foul or out of bounds because I know how to play. Go
I don't know about this.
If you want, I ignore what you say. Cause you ain't ballin' till your worth can turn the night into day. Well, okay.
I don't know about this versus shit. Freaking people pop up and you wonder where that person went. A lot of times freaking you look up at like your chick and be like, hey, like can you like look in your purse and shit, but like a lot of times you hear a beat and like you wanna spit a verse and shit, but like now listen. So there's a few things that I do appreciate from time to time. One of those things might be like the length of a record, right? I appreciate when artists are even willing at all to make a longer record, but you still got to make that time worth it with whatever that extra verse or, you know, features or back and forths, you know, whatever you do, it has to, you know, match up properly or whatnot, right? First verse was, you know, okay. There were some timing issues with a few, you know, lines and stuff like that there. I think there could potentially be more, you know, energy, more aggression. Like, get in there like you making a full diss record and you know, you trying to end a career type energy. You know, and again, the timing is important, because if for the most part you're on beat with certain things and then all of a sudden in certain areas you just tend to do a part or two that goes off, you know, it's looked at as more of an imperfection that you couldn't hear, and we're too lazy to go back and re-record to perfect those parts, and didn't have an engineer that was, catered enough to where they would have just fixed it too. You know what I mean? Like, you have those choices of like, do I re-record something, or can the engineer just move the vocal where it needs to be so that it's, you know, on beat? In most cases, I would rather have you guys re-record anyways, because at the end of the day, if the song is good, people are going to want you to perform that song, and you're going to want to know the damn lyrics. You're going to want to give a full performance for that record so that people can really see you as a real artist. No rapping with all the vocals playing in the background. Artists need to stop doing that, because it is seen as a crutch. You know, it's a little bit of a distraction. The whole reason why we go to see people live is so that we can see you actually rap in person the song that we already know. We drove to the venue already listening to the song, so we know it. We want you to be able to, you know, do it. And that is the most impressive thing that an artist can do for a song that, you know, has that potential to be dope within there. Second verse, I think, did bring the record up a notch, right? It made it worth that listen, you know what I'm saying, between the two. Then the third one sort of took it down, you know, just because, again, it stayed in that more slower, you know, kind of territory, and, you know, had a different structure, which I still appreciate. I understand. I appreciate like so many things. It's not even funny. So I appreciate switch ups, right? Doing something different in different areas of verses, as well as just a whole another verse. But are they the right choices, right? That's what we have to ask ourselves. I usually bring up the Making the Band episode with that where Diddy essentially had them rewrite their verses like over and over again or whatnot. He had them do it about like 3 or 4 times, and they got pissed. But eventually the lesson that he was trying to teach them was like your first version is gonna be whatever that first thing that you do, you know, it's just you kind of testing the waters, trying to feel out what the beat is gonna inspire you to do. Then the second, third, fourth, anything else that you do after that, you've already, you know, had, okay, I have this right here, I did a chorus or whatnot, so I have a concept. So then you can build off of that, and your mental goal is like, all right, let me do something different than what I did in that first verse. But also, again, you should have a better feel and energy and overall just confidence with it. So if you make a song and then you make the second verse your first verse, your third verse your second, like, just watch what happens. Try it, you know, see what happens when you're just doing the let me rip off the Band-Aid verse versus that shit is healed, watch this, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But not a bit. Let me see what you guys were saying within there. Here's a Lord, you know what I'm saying? Sword and shield within there. Appreciate y'all. And also to say, Sir Dorky, you know what I'm saying? What up, Christian Lord? Welcome back. Let me say, you gotta start somewhere. Yep. You was talking, no, bro, man. Listen. I try to freestyle if y'all have any open verse sections in y'all song or whatnot, but One thing that I always want y'all to know is please, oh please, make sure that you guys are, you know, unless you are truly able to freestyle a song, right? You got to understand that means that whatever comes off top still feels like it was written, and you know, you're still able to have a chorus, a whole concept, and you know, it has to still feel professional. Otherwise, I suggest everyone write every verse for the songs that you guys have. For some of you guys, you know, you've been a little bit more comfortable in that, like, let me freestyle sort of thing, or it may have been a different situation where you guys have gotten writer's block and then figured, oh well, I'll just freestyle it. That's probably what my brain is telling me. Never force yourself on a beat. Never ever force yourself on something. Like, sometimes the beat is trying to tell you, like, it's not your time, you know, right now to rap to me. You know what I'm saying? Go rap to a few other beats that do really make you, you know, have a lot of ideas, like from the rip. Then come back to that other one and see what happens, right? Like, after you sort of get your brain working again, I promise you the other ones will come easy. But people want to hear you guys as professional as possible. They don't want to hear a bunch of punch-ins and stuff like that. If you truly want people to spend money on you guys, right? Time is one thing, money is a whole nother beast. That means, like, if I'm gonna pay to listen to, see someone do something live, like, you gotta make it worth that money and stuff like that. That's why I love the Tiny Desk, you know, performances that we've been seeing as of late, because they just they pull things together a little bit better. Let me see what we got now. Interface. Again, we are still in the free line right now. We are on to our next one. You know what I'm saying? You said the song was long as fuck and stuff like that. Mars has quite a few inspirations. Inspirations. I don't know why I said it like that. He said, I don't know why his cadence reminds me of. Someone has that you reminded him of, like, Too Short. I was like, woo. It's Interface with Tears. Dubstep kind of feel, man. When it changes, I don't know what the heck I'm about to do, but you know what I'ma take this to the whole place where I don't even know what the hell everybody thinking. Say, but I am not about a space, but speaking people are speaking, saying that they really up to speaking. Jake said he wouldn't even chase him, but start the song. What happened, Blue Jay? I did not. Vocalist, like, listen, I don't even know what the hell I'ma do, but like every single day you be poking shit, freaking with your fingers. Sometimes I don't even really think they bring it to a place where the freaking no queen or king or freaking people don't even know what to do, but they freaking are falling asleep, cause if
They got no bigger energy. I like this song and beat that you sent to me. You know what? There's a lot of people friendly asking.
Interface with tears, not bad, sir. Honestly, here's the thing, man. I don't know if he said. I think he said he's looking for vocalists. You know, I'm not sure if it's just for that one or just in general, right? And for you, right? Do you prefer to do something like that for an artist to then hop on, or to take their acapella and then basically do, you know, what usually feels like a remix of their song, but done in, you know, your genre and stuff like that. You know, with this, I could see a few different type of, you know, artists within there, right? You know what I'm saying? If it's a rapper, definitely someone a little bit more, you know, fast, a Tech 9, a Twista, something like that. Even though melodically it doesn't necessarily feel like something they would, you know, be on, you know what I'm saying? Just some of the elements there. But there's something that dubstep does. I don't know if everyone experiences this, but like as a rapper, it still has, it always has like these sounds that just, you know, give us that stank face, you know, sort of like feel. It makes us want to get in there and like rap to it in some way. You know, all the rest, you know, it feels more EDM, you know, esque or based, and you could hear that potential, like, you know, pop artist, you know, something just a little bit more, you know, like I feel like it could hit that sort of like mainstream sector with the right artist on it, if you were even doing that. But the thing that I even wanted to start the review with in the first place was, you know, you guys have a freedom that other producers don't. For hip hop, for R&B, for you know, pretty much all the other genres, it's like we do have to be coupled with that artist in order for, you know, the beat to pop off, unless we, you know, get sync licensed in a movie or something like that. But for the most part, you guys can be, you are the artist, you as the producer, and the structure that you have within there, how you flip certain samples that you'll throw in, or even, you know, with the remixes and stuff like that, you know, it can be just that by itself, and we would still throw that on and, you know what I'm saying, put that on in the background and things like that. You know, so embrace that. But then also, yes, work with artists to really, you know, bring certain things, you know, to life. I say, like, you curating the situation is always, you know, very important. Like, find artists across the web that you feel, and, you know, suggest something, you know what I mean? So that way you can build that, you know, portfolio, the ability to get in there with that. I don't really see a lot of producers in LA doing it. So beat is fire from Christian Laura. Beat is hard, of course. No Didi. And then interface, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, networking over there. Shout out to agency and interface. What do you say? And he says comment. Hold on, let me go up a little bit and then go down. Wow, interesting. UK in the house. Need a vocalist though, you know, check out the production down. You said mix a bit wrong, and then the lead bass a bit loud compared to certainly vocal. You know what I'm saying? He said I can do vocals. And what did you say? I can customize my beat to the vocals. I have a song I worked with a rapper, you know what I'm saying, if you're interested in hearing. And let me see, consummate single vocals, you know what I'm saying? Almost all producers do this before they learn, you know what I'm saying? Do vocal mix up, you know what I'm saying? 3B, or you know what I'm saying? You know, mix because we perceive the vocals higher than they are. Coming enforcement. I'm just like reading the whole freaking conversation. All right, but big salute. Gotcha, muchacha.
Bro, it's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning. Waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is soaring like a unicorn.
Alright, we got Blue Jay up now. Let's see. Yours is also a SoundCloud. Also though, what I would suggest any producer do, like if you're looking for a specific type of artist, or again you just don't know what you want for the beat that you have, like if you guys haven't tapped into, you know, these social platforms on your mobile, the TikToks, the IGs, the things that people can do duets to, like it's always like, ask and you shall receive, man. And you know, it's not a complicated thing, you know. You just gotta, like, if you have the session to your beat, if you know can make it live, if there's anything that you can show just with you sort of like in that element, and you know, in the text for the post just put like, you know, looking for an artist for this, or spit your hottest, you know, 16, you know, sing, rap, whatever it is that you're looking for. Literally just put it in text above and kind of watch people go ham. It's the best way to not only promote it, because even if the specific person that hops on it doesn't you know, plan on making it something, you know, final, their audience sees it. Other people, you know, within their audience are artists as well, so they may go in and enter. One of those artists are gonna want to, you know, sort of try to make sure that they have the best, so that you would you know, end up choosing them as that final. So let's see if this is
late at night. You're always on my mind. Late at night, I wanna hold you tight. Late at night, you're always on my mind.
You know I look for them harmonizations.
Late at night, I wanna hold you tight. Hold me together like glue. I'm stuck on you. I'm stuck on you. Down for whatever, what you wanna do. I'm stuck on you. Baby, come through. No matter the place or time, you're always on my mind, No matter the place or time, you're always on my mind. I can't really deny what I'm feeling inside. I can't really deny what you're making me feel inside. Late at night, you're always on my mind. Late at night, I wanna hold you tight. Late at night, you're always on my mind. Late at night, I wanna hold you tight.
You can send me a beat and I'm around to it, like I could be thinking about you like all the time and shit. And people also don't even know where the heck your mama went, but there's another time where like people, they say your mama is, I don't know where I was gonna go with that. Big salute. Late at night. This one says short version, and if you know me, you know that I like longer. That pause, man. You know that I like longer records, like period, right? Because again, we get to hear more of the artist. We get to see if they have the capability to make a full song, potentially, you know, 3 verses, get the right feature, you know, potentially on, you know, whatever it is. We still see and hear a great performance, you know, from you on this, right? Like the melodies, the harmonization in there, that I'm like, anytime I'm hearing a melodic record, I'm listening for that. I'm listening for variation in tone and octave and just like your ranges and where you guys can go, and if you even remotely think about harmonization, whether or not it's real harmonization, you actually going in and doing those layers yourself, or if it's more of an effect kind of situation. All of those things, you know, affect how, you know, the performance and certain things in the mix are like perceived. And you went in there and really did that. My only criticism so far was that the record itself was a little bit lower in terms of the master on certain platforms, right? What do I say? When you go to SoundCloud, if you go to Spotify and like YouTube, you know, they all have those volume knobs, so you can turn the record up or down, like, you know, pertaining to whatever it's on, right? And there's no numbers, you know, per se, but it does go from what feels like, you know, 0 to 100%. And so that means that 100% does have to be, you know, a, you know, where the standard sort of like volume is at. All you ever really have to do in most occasions is put your record on the same playlist with some of those bigger records on the same platform that you're uploading it to, right? You'll see the difference in sort of where, you know, your mix lays in comparison to theirs, and like you'll have that urge to like want to turn it up, but when you go for the volume knob, it's already going to be at 100%, right? There's no more from that. It's not like the radio or your different sound systems where you do have, you know, that little bit past, or the 100 threshold is extremely loud, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. But it's a nice record with good energy, and you know, I definitely want to hear the potential full record. Yeah. And he said it's fire, Christian Lauren said, and fire lo-fi vibes, man. Not been on Discord since my last laptop broke, man. Damn. Oh, Interface was saying that. I mean, he was asking about the Discord thing. And would you say? Can we continue? Beat is fire. Indeed. Okay, hold on. Let's see, did you send an offline? You're supposed to put, you gotta put online too, if, like in the subject line for me to know how you're using it, right? If it's offline, it's offline. And then if you're activating it to be on, just like make sure that you put that in the subject line so I know what it is when you send it.
Black Panther, lap dancer, that man sure has cancer. Ask answers, get questions, big weapons, blast master, quick faster, mix master, zigzags in a big bag for the kickback. Let me hit that, sir. Switch back in the Christopher. Listen, man, there is no way in hell that you're slower than I am. I will donate a snail. This is why we're here, man. You're going to jail. Peter Griffin hashtag, where's Steve Carell?
However, you said you sent me a Facebook track, but you didn't put the link in the email. It's a whole thing for me to have to go to my whole thing. Let me see if it even pops up. Like doing it on my PC is... Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm not gonna be able to do it like that. You're gonna have to send it to the email if you want me to be able to take it. Hold on. Is it the one that you sent via the Dropbox one? Let me see. Or is are you... What are we doing? Is it the Dropbox link, or is it supposed to be something different? Let me freaking know. A lot of freaking times you will wake up and you just gotta let me freaking go. If I got a beat, then I'ma hop on or eat. Your style reminds me of G-Mo-Ski. I've gotten that, you know, before, whatnot. So, like, artists like him are 100% like my influences. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I first started rapping, right? And I'll date it, right? It was 97, okay? The year was 97. The same year that Wu-Tang Forever came out, right? So atomically, Socrates, philosophies, and hypotheses can define a hobby. You know what I mean? And I used that song just as a basis to learn how to rap, because they had so many artists in in Wu-Tang, you know what I mean? Just like that album was definitely an inspiration for more love that I had for hip hop. And as I'm trying to figure out who I am as an artist, right? I think some artists, when they first start off, like we try different styles. We go, if I was gonna make a song and I got signed to Rockefeller or No Limit or So Def, or you know what I mean? Like you get into those like, what would my style be in that sort of lane? But all the while, I'm always a just silly, goofy, you know, dorky person, right? You know, but my styles were just like, you know, fluctuating. It was Eminem though that really inspired me to pretty much, you know, be myself or whatnot, because he took it to the max of like, you know, no artist that I heard would even admit if they got jumped or like beat up in high school or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You had to basically be hardcore and you know, kind of represent for you know, the streets and the hood and stuff like that. So music, with what, you know, was popular in all different sectors and what had been out at the time, was just very different. M was that only one who, like, he had an animated, you know, style, you know, to him. He loved to do the storytelling, be very hip hop. You could really tell that he could rap, loved you know, making music, loved writing, and that was the thing that really, you know, pushed me to, you know, completely be myself. So when you hear any of the different cutaways, you know, it's the inspiration that came from that. Hold on, where's my other? I don't have the 3 song right here, right? Let me see if I got that somewhere.
Searching for the master sword. You guys are really bad at spitting rhymes, and you ain't real and have no skills, and so I mastered yours. I could have been killed running past a horde of zombies when I crashed the card and smashed it, blasted 4 magic dwarves, and man, you know how all these bastards are. I'm like Aladdin when he traps Jabbar inside a lamp for acting hard, when all he had to do was spit a rap or just beatbox to go distract the guards. I got 100 rupees planted on my MasterCard. Don't make me chase a chicken, take it, make it, take a listen to my new mixtape and mention it to other raven pigeons. I'll take a sword and stick it into any dude who's out there pillaging and raping women. Don't make me make you come up missing, cause that ain't the mission. I used to date this fat girl who I brought home one time, but then she up and ate the kitchen. I used to feel safer on cops until somehow we all became the victims. Now let me try and paint the vision.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Doe, was freaking good. Bass, I still don't have it. I'm gonna move into the free line right quick, you know what I'm saying? So we can continue on in it. And when yours comes in, we'll reactivate it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, again, maybe make sure you send it to the right email. It may just be constipated and taking some time to come in, but we'll find out. We'll find out, all right? Let me stop. Come on, man. Jeez, the squeeze. J Money, we got yours. This one is called Worth It. J Money 401.
Wanted to flood up my neck and my wrist. Now that I think it's not worth it a bit.
Just want you to feel what I'm saying. You could think that I'm playing, but money ain't ruled me a bit. Wanted to flood up my neck and my wrist. Now that I think it's not worth it a bit. Just want you to feel what I'm saying. You could think that I'm playing, but money ain't ruled me a bit. Guess you just wantin' a lot. Fill up the box till it gets to the top. My demons, they want me to stop. Know what I am, I can't fit in a box. Especially the one that you putting me in. Speak on it wrong, they gon' pop at your head. It's easy as that to be ending up next. I'm just being myself, I can't be like the rest. And I'm one with my life, so I bend to the test. I'm just giving my all, I don't wonder what's next. Working my 10, I've been getting a check. Now I'm on the road, used to be at a desk. And it's all for the future, just to make sure I'm set. And I've been changing my ways. These hoes have been staying away to stay in my lane. I don't got time for no game, just wanna get paid. Wanna attack all my demons for playing with me. Wanna attack all my demons for playing with me. Wanted to flood up my neck and my wrist. Now that I think it's not worth it a bit. Just want you to feel what I'm saying. You could think that I'm playing, but money ain't ruled me a bit. Wanted to flood up my neck and my wrist. Now that I think it's not worth it a bit. Just want you to feel what I'm saying. You could think that I'm playing, but money ain't ruled me a bit. This is all for the days, it's all for the pain. It's all for the struggle I had before I decided to change. Before I decided I wanna be better, I wanna be great. Doing it now is better than never, I'd rather be late. Hey, to stand on my two, it's been tunnel vision. Meaning I won't be playing, I'll focus on me, can't be messing with you. Started releasing again, and look how it got so much better, it really is true. When you start making goals and talking to God, he gon' be the real reason you feel what to do. It starts in your soul and it goes to your head, and I'm still gonna win even when I do flood up my neck and my wrist. Now that I think it's not worth it a bit. Just want you to feel what I'm saying. You could think that I'm playing, but money ain't ruled me a bit. Wanted to flood up my neck and my wrist. Now that I think it's not worth it a bit. Just want you to feel what I'm saying. You could think that I'm playing, but money ain't ruled me a bit.
Shout out to that. That was, again, J Money 401 with Worth It. How do you guys feel about that? 1 to 10 any all feedback is, of course, welcome. Honestly, I don't mind that it was 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Didn't necessarily feel like it was too short or gonna get to a point where it was gonna be, you know, too long or whatnot, right? You know, obviously, if there was a feature, you know, that would be a nice contrast that we would also, you know, get for it. But overall, you had conviction with this record. You know what I'm saying? There was a fairly decent mix. There was still just a small amount of me wanting to, you know, turn the record up a little bit more or whatnot. And sometimes YouTube will also do that thing where they may specifically, you know, turn your released record down. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, the chorus on the record. Let's talk about choruses for 1 second, right? I appreciate when artists do choruses at all because, you know, often it is the identity of your record. Not everybody is gonna learn your verse in like 2 to 3 listens. They're gonna need way more time, and the people who are willing to listen to your record for more times than that, you know, one or two are gonna be your fans, right? So those people are gonna be the ones who are gonna know exactly, you know, certain lines that you say within the record. But you know, I love to say, right? And everybody knows, like, we all got mamas and you know, an older crowd that, like, they would be more akin to whatever chorus that we have, right? It's the one thing on any record that you can repeat a few times throughout, whether it's the beginning of the song, after each verse, and before the song ends. So people will continuously be reminded of, you know, the song title potentially if you have, you know, one of those. You know, it gives you a something just like stable to go between, you know, verses and stuff like that. I think, what was it? Interface said I could kill this beat production and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Are you saying you want to remix it? Is that what you saying, man? Agency also says storytelling is a forgotten, you know, art at times, and yes, it is. But like, look, you guys have to show the embracement for the artists who do go out there and, you know, still, you know, remain or still maintain that storytelling aspect of making music. Champion those artists. Let them know when they're doing a good job at whatever it is, right? Like, one thing that I can cherish, like I have a tiny regret to a certain extent, and also a moment of something that I do cherish, right? Because before Fred the Godson had passed, you know, when I was working on one of my albums, I had just enough money to either use to promote the shit out of it, right? Which is one thing that I never took the money that I had and used it to fully promote, you know, an album in all the different ways that I just, you know, knew how, and allowed it to be, you know, in all countries, all the different things, right? I just never sort of took that. So I was like, all right, either I'm gonna do that, or I had enough money to get a Fred the Godson, you know, feature or whatnot, right? And so I hit him up about it just to see, you know, if he would be open for it, just to spit the idea. During that conversation, I was able to just like tell him, like, I appreciate what you do, like in terms of like really getting in there, rapping. You still maintain that hip hop that I grew up, you know, in the 90s with, yet also, you know, making artists remember that the bars are still important, right? Jadakiss has never stopped either, by the way. But when it comes to new artists, I think it's important, you know, for people to appreciate those that are still willing to be like, you know what, I don't want to be mindless. I don't want to just be an artist that when my song comes on, it's in the background and nobody's paying attention to it, right? It's on. They may like dance real quick for a few seconds and then they going back into a conversation or some shit like that, right? And I never wanted to be one of those artists, right? I always want what I say on the record to be interesting enough for you to tap in, maybe get an awkward eye, a chuckle, a laugh, and stuff like that. And you know, like we appreciate real music and shit. What do you say? It was some of the best, you know what I'm saying, thorough reviews. I appreciate that. And the multiple tracks, you said he sent multiple tracks before, and one of them gave those, you know, kind of vibes. That's what's up. What did those say? You said, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? Seeing you send me this live, figured I'd hop on, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Doe. Man, listen, welcome to the stream. I appreciate you. If you have something, send it in. Make sure you get it to our email. Try to be patient if you are in that free line. Skipping will get you played immediately. But we are completely free. I try to give you my time and my attention. What you say, anyway? That if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? They say you've been rapping since 97, you know what I'm saying? 34, my freaking self, stuff like that. I don't know if I wanna freaking say that and shit like that. But it's up there. We'll just say no, way lower than that. Way lower than that. But what did you say as well? I do the same. Instead of typing fast, sorry for typos. Listen, you're talking to Typo McGee over here. Let me see if Bass Traffic actually sent his correctly, which I don't think that you did yet still. I don't know what happened. We got your other record, but for whatever reason, not. I mean, look, do you just want me to use the one, you know what I'm saying? You said a track that the pal made or whatnot, right? I mean, I assumed that was, you know, the one, but apparently that looks like you wanted it to be your free line submission, and the other one you gotta send to my my thing. What do you say? To the free line one and an offline. All right, well, we still need the free line one because we have a 2-song back-to-back that will be coming up as well. I think you sent 15, which either could be that or hold on. Yep, we got a 2-song back-to-back. So I don't want to keep pushing your thing. So make sure that you get it to us. I'll let you know as soon as I get it and stuff.
I I just need you to. Can you please just go? We all need pizza, so I make weird music. I got beats, so if you need them, PayPal me. You see me on the playground, just yeah, I'm a dork, but I stay grounded. They call me in cause I stay clowned. You wanna stay down then.
For now, we're gonna put in the 2 we got from Y4. Where did you vape? Where did you go? Sent the whole thing to the whole show. All right, hold on. Song 1,
to
2.
hit my prime again, just a broke motherfucker trying to shine again. Mama asked when my smile
Forgot to reset it.
been took by the world with the times when I'm about to hit my prime again, just a broke motherfucker trying to shine again.
Yeah.
Mama asked when my smile it's been took by the world with the times when. Why that girl get killed on the train? Why that dude get killed for shit that he sang? How we in 2025? Another man hang. Famous singer kill a child. First time I heard his name. Racist comments, a usual suspect. Internet trolls with no souls to make jokes. Little girl done lost her dad. The shit sad. Reality check where y'all at. Think it's time for Jesus to make a comeback. I know a lot of you demons won't like that. World full of hate. Time for love to fight back. Gotta be God speaking through me. How to write that, huh? About to hit my prime again. Just a broke motherfucker trying to shine again. Mama asked when my smile been. It's been took by the world with the times when. I'm about to hit my prime again. Just a broke motherfucker trying to shine again. Mama asked when my smile been. It's been took by the world with the times when. So-called artists trying to profit off it. Got a Canadian rage baiting, hating, waiting for political wars on American topics. This ain't red and blue, line ain't black and white. Nowadays, incels tell men that they shouldn't have a wife. If the women are hoes, then we players, we supposed to lead. Not play games, but play the game right. If the internet didn't exist, 99% of the negative shit that we dealing with wouldn't be in our sights. But we glued to these screens, missing out on life. I'm really trying to empathize with all sides. I don't like speaking on it, only God can judge. Who the fuck am I? How can I articulate and not tell a lie? By the time you hear this, another homicide. I try to hit my prime again, just a broke motherfucker trying to shine again. Mama asked when my smile been. It's been took by the world with the times when. I'm about to hit my prime again, just a broke motherfucker trying to shine again. Mama asked when my smile been. It's been took by the world with the times when.
Chickity check, chickity check, what do you do? I like to take a time like people that have voodoo. Then it comes right back freaking like this. Waiting for the end though. Now they freaking time that wanna be able to say if you my friend like we can go and play Nintendo. There's a lot of freaking time where like people that say that too. Ah man. Man, times we're in. This is a song that you could make a sequel to like every like 3 to 5 years, you know what I'm saying, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Chronicle, you know, the last few years and events and just like how crazy, you know, things have gotten. Like there's a lot more that you can do with this type of record. I absolutely love the concept. There is a part like while I love your style, you know, the voice that you have, you know what I'm saying, I still feel like there was an element or something there that felt like you were holding back a little bit. I can feel more energy, more aggression that could come in and really bring this in. You know, like if I were to put it into more perspective, it feels like, you know, closer to when we are rapping the songs to ourselves before we record, right? When we're trying to make sure that what we have is cool. Maybe we're lying in bed, like practicing it or some shit like that. But when you get in there, right? The version of yourself that you would be if everybody knows every word to the song, they buy tickets to your concert, you maybe have like, you know, 500 to 10K or whatever, you know what I'm saying, in the building. And you're feeling that energy, like that's the version sometimes we need to get you guys on for the record, right? Because that's what's gonna get people to be like, yo, he killed that shit, slid that shit, like all of that, right? The content is perfect, how you rhymed, you know what I'm saying, what you rhymed about was you know what I'm saying, dope as well. A music video for this would be top notch because you know, we would be able to potentially, if you did it right, it's simple, you know, half you rapping to the screen, the other half showing, you know, events and just, you know, things in action, essentially, right? There is so much negativity out there. It's not even, you know, funny. Like, we don't want to get into like all the very, you know, specifics, but it can get real overwhelming if you buy in to it being everybody feeling, you know, that way. Not everybody feels the same way about every situation. That's what makes us human. And, you know, there are situations, by the way, you need to know that, like, sometimes there will be bots that do act like they are real people saying something like negative in the chat, you know, just to get that reaction and you know, more comments towards, you know, whatever the thing is, right? So sometimes, like, you gotta weigh the options of if you even want to, you know, kind of engage in the negativity or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with a dope, you know, sort of debate when it comes to, you know, things that people think are, you know, dope or not as dope, and why. Like, I love the conversation in regards to that, which is why, like, whenever I watch a movie or, you know, play a certain game or something like that, after I complete it, I go see, you know, what everybody else, you know, thought or whatnot. And, you know, there'll be people who, you know, disagree and feel completely on the opposite side, and then you get to have, you know, those conversations about, like, I don't think it was that bad, yada yada. Either way, not bad. Hold on, let me give y'all thoughts. The other one, I believe, is a Spotify link, and I do have my Spotify up, so yeah, because I don't have to wait for it. All right, this one is called Petty. That's what's up.
You can play with me, just be ready. I can make the way you carry heavy. Ask my exes, they tell you I'm petty. Careful fucking over someone petty. I'm petty, I'm petty, huh? Petty, I'm petty, huh? Petty, I'm petty, huh? Do the minute
show interface.
Still low a few hundred. That's a lot of money for somebody broken bumming. Why for a pushover, not a safe or something. Show up at your show, stand to your soul, stand in front row. How'd he get in? Stepped over, slumped over security. I stabbed him in the chin. Little unhinged, squeaky door, hold this WD-40. Fuck around, find out when I kill him with a grin. 43 shots, turn him to a road runner. No time for pit stops, middle of the summer. Getting hit with a stone cold stunner. Sprinkle a little lap on that STP. Test me, please, let me see. Heated that, you better let me be. Don't disturb my peace.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Equify.
You can play with me, just be ready. I can make the way you carry heavy. Ask my exes, they tell you I'm petty. Careful fucking over someone petty. I'm petty, I'm petty, huh? Petty, I'm petty, huh?
Say Andre 3 Stacks vibes.
Petty, chip on my shoulder, rock solid backbone. Get a little bolder with the notes in my phone. I'm up now, whole voice get bass when you believe what you say. Empty ass bar cell getting shake. Hey, great, I'm in bum fuck, no way shit can never phase. Losses make me bunker down, you can take my chick. I was born with that pussy anyway. Look, I don't wanna fuck it now, ayy. Pay, may take it all the way. Another payment lay you overbooked. Get cooked, leave them shook. I ain't going overlook. Get your spot took, watch them all sing the hook. Hey, you can play with me, just be ready. I can make the way you carry heavy. Ask my exes, they tell you I'm petty. Careful fucking over someone petty. I'm petty, I'm petty, I'm petty, I'm petty, I'm petty, I'm petty, huh?
You know I ain't petty, but if I run so fast that you just can't get me, like there's lots of freaking people who wanted to freaking go and play hockey, but they didn't like know who Wayne Gretzky was. Freaking I can't jet ski nowhere, and a lot of freaking times, man, I just don't care. But like, there's a lot of people freaking who know, like if you see the first movie and like it, they need to make the sequel because. Anyways, I always go there. Big salute. What do you guys think about this? Petty. Catchy chords within there. Man, he just has that vibe that, like, you know, like 2 minutes after, you know, lighting the blunt, you know what I'm saying, and you know, getting in there or whatnot. It's very chill. Him with like Snoop Dogg has a way lower kind of energy, you know what I'm saying, deal with it. I do feel like, you know, this one felt at least like he was driving and you know, doing something a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, energetic with it that worked. And again, man, those catchy choruses will bring a song, you know, forth. There's a tiny essence of me wanting that record to be up, you know what I'm saying, same with the other one, but I will say we can still hear the quality with the you know, recording and the vocals and everything. This record was also 2 minutes and 10 seconds if anybody was wondering, while the first one hold on, first one was 2 minutes and 26, you know, but definitely I appreciate both of them things, man. You gotta make videos to as many things as you can. You said this was dope, you know what I'm saying, dope, man. He said, and then he said that one had Andre 3000 vibes. And he said I was talking about, oh, he was talking about your freestyle, you know what I'm saying. This gives me more Nas, Goody Mob, you know, can't lie. That's dope. Dash what's up. All right, listen, Bass Traffic, I only have the Dropbox link email, and so that's the one that I'm gonna play for your skip or whatnot. The other one, if there was a different one that you were trying to send, just make sure that one will be like in the free line or something like that. That way we can get this one on the road. This one is Acid Don't Care. He said it's a joint that his Harold me, man. You don't care about what, yo? Yeah. Let's go. You don't care about shit? I don't care about this. Why? Cause you know what, I don't even know if I want to be freaking do the business. This is so fast. But I have to like rap slower in it. A lot of things in like life you don't care, like you walk up outside and like I just won't stare right at freaking some booty, because you know what, like if they see you looking at it then they will get so moody. And there's a lot of times where like I'm so freaking stuck in the ground you won't move me, dog. You can't prove the things that I don't know what to do, and I can rap fast when you can't go to no strip club where you can clap ass. Cause you win it though, and sometimes I don't even really know what the hell I'm a freaking do. I'ma end it as a win it, so freaking you can go in the whole freaking thing. I don't even know if I could get a freaking spoon and bend it, bro. This is like cool, like you can send a beat and I'll send a flow. And I don't even like know if I can pretend to go to places where like people don't even think that they enter for dimensions, yo. when it comes to like Marvel and DC, I also want to get into the shows and movies and comics and all of the times. Like I am always smoking on chronic, and y'all know that a lot of times like y'all have to get all of this freaking shit. Y'all don't know where all of these artists is. All of the freaking shit that they be sitting regardless is freaking cool. And like I ain't learned none of this shit when I'm at school, but. I feel like. So this is my mate Aaron that I met on UK Tech Rave. I've been calling everything. Not bad. What's most important is, does this feel natural? Does it feel like a record you guys can hear out there in the context of this genre? Just imagining it at a rave. Yeah, exactly. Pump your fist. So there are lots of different genres out there, lots of sounds, lots of situations, right? That's why we can't always count every or any kind of record out, outside of like if the quality of something is bad or if the performance of something is not as good, right? But there's a genre for everything, right? Because where records like this would get played, you know, you don't think about, you know, pretty much like half the other genres unless someone's remixing one of those with this type of, you know, production. It's another one that I've, you know, talked about the appreciation for the producers out here, right? I feel like you guys don't get enough love these days. Like we've had to, you know, I mean, no, in the past like 5 to 10, like, you know, the hashtag pay your producer had become a thing because, you know, they just weren't appreciated, you know, as much anymore. And I feel like that also drove a lot of producers to make a lot of their beats cheaper than they normally would, as well as just go into like type beat territory, right, where they didn't really have an original sound anymore, and it was just them trying to create what was already there with slight alterations, you know. And we need to see, you know, what you guys, you know, can truly do. Get back to that originality where, you know, you hear something and you just know who did the production, right? Because it was like that very much with a lot of the bigger, you know, producers as well. If Lil Jon produced a reggae record, right, you knew it was him because of the very specific production that he would do, the sounds that he would use. Swiss Beats was always very specific with the sounds he would use. Pharrell, you know, Dr. Dre, and then when he would also work with Scott Storch and stuff like that. Timberland, right? They like it's. I think it's still important to have, you know, those elements. But I appreciate producers because, you know, there doesn't always have to be that vocal on it for certain genres, right? You know, there's just a lot of you know, flair that can come out of it. It sounded natural to me, felt like something we would hear in that, you know, rave setting. And then what did you say? You know, say for sure, you know what I'm saying, like a rave got steady build up in a pretty consistent bass line, you know what I'm saying, for sure, you know what I'm saying, producer with care. Yeah. And structure is important with, you know, you can't just have one loop that just goes all the way through and there's no changes. You wait for those breakdowns, right? Where the drums leave for a second or the drums are just there and then the sound comes back eventually. You know what I mean? Like, you wait for very specific elements and it does something to the crowd, right? Especially if you throw, like, dubstep has more love than you know, people really give it credit for. So, like, you could have any kind of record, drum and bass, freaking, you know, EDM, dance, and then, like, throw a dubstep section into it, and then crowd will, you know, go crazy. It just, like, does something, you know what I'm saying, else in it. Let me make sure that we can hop back in the free line.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com.
All right, good. Let's go ahead and get in there.
Yo, Dork Squad, this is Rick Sanchez telling you to donate 10 flurboas to Cash App $ pay a dork to get your song played fast as shit.
Listen, Domain, in love with Poison. Hold on. Let's see what you got. Oh, yours is a Spotify freaking too. So let me let it load it up. Let it load it up.
Love me the thing. Count that shit as poison, that's that shit with Novocaine. Yellow shawty cool, but she don't sound good with my name. Seen that people change, my heart is like a maze. Tell me love again, that shit don't feel the same. No, we can both share the blame, Lord. We can both share the blame, Lord. Love me the thing. Why do I care about poison? Most of the time I can't feel my body.
Somebody saying TikTok blocked you or something. What happened?
I can tell your love is toxic. That shit'll leave you nauseous. Can't treat me like no
What up, 2MD?
Wait till get a license. You fuck up what the cost is. Say you love me, got no meaning to it. I can tell, baby, that your heart ain't just a give. No, it's tough to sell, baby. Leave you better with the bills that I wish you well, baby. Almost hit me in the cardiac when I heard like hell, maybe. I don't even know. But one thing's for sure, know that love don't mean a thing. Count that shit as poison, that's that shit with Novocaine. Yellow shawty cool, but she don't sound good with my name. Seen that people change, my heart is like a maze. Tell me love again, that shit don't feel the same. No, we can both share the blame, Lord. We can both share the blame, Lord. Love me the thing, love me the thing. Love me the thing, 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 love me the thing.
What y'all think about that right there? So I'm assuming you have potentially like a Juice WRLD influence, maybe XXX, you know what I'm saying? Certain artists, you know, like that. Maybe a little bit, at least with this record, you know, with even the production, a little bit more alternative. You know, I love acoustic records, you know, in general, because, you know, artists are like, it's the closest thing to really being able to try to do something, you know, in a sound that feels live, right? You can literally pick up a guitar and then perform this exact song with your vocals, no crazy effects and things like that would, for certain people, like, you know, tie things down. I appreciate you not being monotone, having you know, certain variations in, you know, your vocals and things like that. I did want the volume of certain things to come up. It was also a little bit short. Your genre tends to do this a lot more than not, right? So it can feel a little bit more normal to you guys, but I always want you guys to remember things like this. If you have if you only have one chance to impress anybody, right? That's simply listening. They may tap in for like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30, whatever it is. More time gives you more options on how you want to attack a record, right? So you get even more variations. You get more time to put a feature on there. You know, male and female, sort of like back and forth, things like that are really dope to sort of like see if you even want to do something of a remix, you know, in that way. But I always look at time as something very important, because not everybody literally, you know, not everybody is gonna hear every song from us, right? Your thought processes sometimes are, let me make a short record so it has replay value, so they'll just want to play the same thing that I just did again, right? When I look at it like, well, it's the same, it'll be the same verse, it'll be the same thing that I just heard. Why not just more song and then make that extra section even, you know what I'm saying, doper? And you know what I'm saying, like, show your true ability to keep listeners, you know, attention longer than that 2 minutes and something, because it's easy. Like, anything that you guys do on any record that feels like it's too easy is not impressive. Y'all need to know that, whether it's punching in, freestyling, or you know, just making stuff to a short record, right? I never use the excuse of like, oh, the producer only provided, you know, that much beat, because I'm a producer myself. I also engineer. I can easily loop the beat, make it longer, or make more beat in addition to. And, you know, I don't make songs to beats that I don't feel enough to want to go past that, you know, that 2 minutes or whatnot, right? I'll even talk to the producer if I'm working on a beat or working on a song, and I really want the collab to really feel real with that producer. I will, you know, at least try to see if I can request them to make more themselves as well, so, you know, they can have a little bit of thought in that point. And then prepare yourselves always for that live performance, you know, with, you know, no auto-tune and things like that. If you guys are heavily, you know, just, what is the word? If you feel like, you know, you can't go on stage without it, or hearing your vocals and things like that, know that people would rather have, if they're hearing any extra vocal other than yours, right, they would prefer it be a real person, like an actual backup singer on stage, versus your vocal on the record. Because again, there's too many digital elements, you know, that we will add as crutches. We've gotten to a point where we're not giving the listeners their money's worth, and the industry has changed things to where music feels like it's free, right? So people get to literally type in our name and listen to any song they want. Meanwhile, you know, for that one play, you know, we basically get chump change. I have to play your record almost like 100,000 freaking times for you to really feel like it's worth it. And it's just like we're working way too hard, you know, for that aspect. So we have to figure out, right? What are the ways that we can make any song feel like it's worth it, to where people do want to buy in to, you know, the listen or the physical album or merch or whatever it might be, just go in your direction or whatnot. I should let you know, Interface, that we play one song per artist in the free line. And any extra record would have to be a skip. Likewise, if you send a skip, that is not a free line record. That is a skip, which means if you have another one in the free line, we'd still be able to, you know, play it like that or whatnot. But because we tend to have, you know, so many that we are, you know, working with, we're streaming on multiple platforms and stuff like that. You know, I haven't played more than one song from an artist in the free line in the past like 5-6, you know, years or whatnot. So if you send a skip, we'll get that, you know what I'm saying, in right away. Skip prices are as follows.
Nonsense and Sir Mike, this song's gonna burn like some hot sauce from hot ones in your eyes. Birdman will talk to an actual bird like I'm gonna chew through this beat like a termite. Don't make me put you where actual worms lie. Don't like my old shit, I'm thinking you were high. Like me when I'm looking down at a bird's eye view. When I'm cool, better act like you surprised. Head to McDonald's, I'm about to steal your fries. Standing out.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. And 2MD says send something as well. That's what's up. I need to know what comments they sometimes like filter and stuff, man. I'd be like, hey, what are you talking about? Anyway, you should be up now. And I believe that. Never mind. Let me not even. This is Forgive. She said, oh, I used to do that. Oh, we're so dumb, man. I'm glad people don't just walk up to me and do that anymore. Oh, what up, nonsense? Oh,
empty space we used to be, haunted by your memory. Should have held on, never let you stray. Now I'm lost in yesterday. In love, that's what you bring. Boy, you're the one my heart sings. Just your time, that's all I crave. Can we move past this? Be brave. Every moment feels incomplete. Longing for your heart to meet. This second chance is too
appreciate
late.
you.
Sealed by destiny, our fate. I see your face in every dream. Hear your voice, a gentle stream. Regret is a heavy chain, but for your love, I'll bear the pain. I should have kept you when I had the chance. Never let go. Want a romance? Take back the judgment. Every single word. Baby, can you forgive? Have you heard? Should have kept you when I had the chance. Never let go. Want a romance? Take back the judgment. Every single word. Baby, can you forgive? Have you heard? Time apart has shown me true. No one else can compare to you. I'm ready to make amends. To start anew. Be your friend. The world feels cold without your light. Lost in darkness, endless night. Absence echoes in my soul. A story unfinished, taking its toll. I replay a memory sweet and dear. Wishing you were standing here. Let's rewrite our destiny. Hand in hand, you and me. Every beat in my heart calls your name. In this love game, nothing's the same. Without you, I'm incomplete. Yearning for our souls to me. Should've kept you when I had the chance. Never let go. Want a romance? Take back the judgment. Every single word. Baby, can you forgive? Have you heard? Should've kept you when I had the chance. Never let go. Want a romance? Take back the judgment. Every single word. Baby, can you forgive? Have you heard?
Have you figured hurting?
Baby, can you forgive? Have you heard?
Chilling up in court and you haven't heard the verdict.
Baby, can you forgive? Have you heard?
A lot of 50 people don't even know if they heard or the
Baby,
figure.
can you forgive? Have you heard? Baby, can you forgive? Have you heard? Yes, I can.
Or not. What do you mean it's not? Baby, can you forgive? Have you heard? So I see you getting. Hold on. Stop this right here. I see you getting more, you know, confident with different, you know, records, you know, here and there or whatnot. We see the upgrades, you know what I mean? Like I've had to, you know, say things about harmonization at times, the extensive amount of, you know, reverb on others and different things like that. Again, it's awesome to watch you guys, you know, grow and get to some of the better points and whatnot. For you, I do feel like the you know, anything close to the alternative, maybe even a little bit, you know what I'm saying, R&B, if you're able to get into, you know, the right you know, tempos and stuff like that, they tend to work a little bit better. Do practice when it comes to, like, again, that live performance aspect or whatnot. If you're gonna have, you know, just you and it be something, you know, solo, no extra, you know, vocals and stuff like that, yeah, right? Like practice to see what that's going to, you know, sound like, and then you know, do think about those different tones sometimes for certain parts. You know, you only need to have like a hint of it in there for it to, you know, resonate in the right way or whatnot. But not bad, a little bit of a vibe, something that was, you know, chill yet energetic because of the beat, and something for you, you know. So good job for you. Hold on. Hold on, I'm trying to reply to something. Let me see. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. You don't even know we do all of the things that we don't know. Alright. Let me move this and go over here. If you're new to the show, send your music to my email. That's ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com. I said that's ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com.
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com.
See, he said it, man. If you don't believe it, then
bro, it's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning, waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been born. My brain is soaring like a unicorn.
LB Sickening, we got you up next or whatnot. You sent 2 songs, and of course, if we're in the free line, I can only play one of the 2. So should I do Timeline or Hater Killer, man? Hold on, we will let the wheel decide. We'll let the wheel decide. Hater Killer. And what was the other one? Timeline. Let me loop these things real quick. Hold on. Loop that a few times just to give. All right. Spin that wheel. Spin that wheel. You gotta spin that, you gotta spin that, you gotta spin that, gotta spin that. What is it? What are we gonna have? For those who don't know, we are on other platforms right now.
Ooh, I can be right next to thee.
I don't know why I haven't went here sometimes as well. Hater Killer. All right, so we have Hater Killer coming up. Let's see. And it's a YouTube link, so I can load that.
Keepers of the crypt, we killing all the hate. Better quit talking shit before it's too late. Karma's coming back, cause it never hesitates. The Reaper's coming for you, he already set the date.
It's like no matter what I do or how dope that I am, haters talk shit and say I can't do what I know I can. For many years I proved them wrong and I'm still going strong. I'm about to sodomize them lyrically on this song. These motherfuckers work a day to 9 to 5, then hate on anyone more successful, living the kind of life they've always dreamed of, but they'll never acquire. They'll probably work until they die and probably never retire. I'm about to track a hater down and then I'll end all his misery. About to hit this motherfucker with a special delivery. About to drain all his blood and free his soul till he's history. Even with some luminol, the cops will never solve the mystery. Click, click, pop, and I popped 6 shots through his thoughts. It was loud, so the neighbors called the cops, but I didn't get caught, cause I did what I was taught with these Gore-Tex boots that I bought.
It's the hater killer season with the keepers of the grip. We'll collapse your empire with the sound from my lips. We'll have a solar eclipse every time we spit these rhymes. And if you start hating, best believe we'll leave you behind. Cause it's the hater killer season with the keepers of the grip. We'll collapse your empire with the sound from my lips. We'll have a solar eclipse every time we spit these rhymes. And if you start hating, best believe we'll leave you behind.
What up, 2K? Call me drunk Zambini. Heard that you be shit talking about the keepers of the crypt. Now I stalk a dead body, walking, flying high, watching with an eagle eye like I'm hawking. Cause I'm evil like that motherfucker Christopher Walken. Prophesizing their demise with their lies, and they be cocking like a chicken, sucking severed dicks up inside of a coffin. I celebrate the anniversaries of haters' death often by digging up their graves and making sure they're still dead and rotten. It's like everywhere I go, all I see is the hate. These whack bitch motherfuckers perpetrating like they be something great, but they're not, man, they're fake. I'm about to put them in place and pay them all a little visit and cut up their face. Haunted house, I'm gonna lure your whole crew inside and scare them with the boo. Now they committing career suicide. I hit them with some floating silverware and flying kitchen knives and pin them on the wall like Michael Myers did when Bobby died.
It's the hater killer season with
Can I still have the banner
We'll collapse your empire with
and
the
the
sound from my
background?
lips. We'll have a solar eclipse every time we spit these rhymes. And if you start hating, best believe we'll leave you behind. Cause it's the hater killer season with the keepers of the crypt. We'll collapse your empire with the sound from my lips. We'll have a solar eclipse every time we spit these rhymes. And if you start hating, best believe we'll leave you behind.
Death of a hater was my TED talk. That Ruger feeling full of craters was the Red Hawk. With 6 shots, got him coming with the red chalk. Them 6 hot, now they running with a dead walk. Yeah, I know that they still out there and they plotting shit. And I will not lie, it get a little bit monotonous. But do you wanna know the very best way to go stop a hit? Just run up in their living room and straight up pop a bitch.
Pop, pop, pop.
Blood, it hit the ceiling. Everybody screaming. Fear of God inducing, you don't even know the meaning. Recorded on the stream, it a warning for the masses. Run off at the mouth and we are giving you no passes. Classes in session, about to teach a little lesson. How to prove a fucking point and how to leave a big impression. Don't ever use suppression, let the neighbors hear spit. It's what they might get if they talking that shit.
It's the hater killer season with the keepers of the crypt. We'll collapse your empire with the sound from my lips. We'll have a solar eclipse every time we spit these rhymes. And if you start hating, best believe we'll leave you behind. Cause it's the hater killer season with the keepers of the crypt. We'll collapse your empire with the sound from my lips. We'll have a solar eclipse every time we spit these rhymes. And if you start hating, best believe we'll leave you behind. Cause
all right. Hater killer, you know what I'm saying? Keepers of the Crypt, and LB Sickening and Boondocks. Listen, man, hold on. Let's hit the clap button. I feel like I've heard a different version of that record, where the mix might have been a little bit different. So it is something where, you know, you got to make sure that you're consistent across the board. Sometimes when you do use a different program for like editing and different things like that, you do got to make sure that you have the quality for both the visuals and the audio, you know, set to be top notch when it you know, basically goes in and whatnot. You know, but I do remember, you know, hearing that song, you know, before or whatnot. I always, you know, felt like a, you know, kind of diss record. I know that he had made, I don't know if it was like an album or just, you know, a song that was almost like an ICP, you know, diss or something like that. But, you know, I appreciate, you know, what he has, you know, being able to do. I just want the quality to be, you know, saying better in there. Rapping was, you know, saying on point, not bad. What did you guys think though overall? Give y'all thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Reina. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hold on. Let me get back into the free line again so we can see where we are at there. Biscuit, you are up next. You said, I'm not an engineer. I'm a producer, but I'm learning to rap. So, yeah. Aw, snap. I've been waiting for these moments.
Yeah.
I've been learning for these moments, man. We'll see how good it is.
I ain't trying to get put on a map. I was always searching for a handout. Only shit I ever got was tap. I was dreaming about a damn Fiji while I'm drinking water from the tap. I never been real with jealousy.
Yourself, you can send it into my email.
If she throw it back, I'm gonna tap. So I ain't trying to get put on a map. Couldn't make a purchase from a vending machine and now a nigga pay with a tap. There's a lot of shit that I have grappled with, but I ain't never went and got a strap. Never been the one to make myself known. Now they asking Biscuit where he at. I've been trying to make it off the grid. I ain't trying to get put on the map. I was trying to make it to the house safe, full of making money off the bat. And I'm trying to get another home base like a 42 is on my back. I was tired, I am my reflection, but I didn't see what I lacked. More attention comes with popularity. I ain't trying to get put on the map. I was always searching for a handout. Only shit I ever got was tap. I was dreaming about a day on Fiji while I'm drinking water from the tap. I never been riddled with jealousy until a baddie fell into my lap. If she throw it back, I'm gonna tap. So I ain't trying to get put on the map. Make $1 and then hit the gas station because Biscuit really need a rep. Shorty probably barking up the wrong tree unless you really trying to get the sap. Never kept my phone off of D&D. My reality changed in a snap. If I make it fast, she make it clap. So I ain't trying to get put on the map. I'm the map. I ain't trying to get put on the map. I'm the map. Moonwalk, I must got the Billie Jean. She want a piece of biscuit, no Jimmy Dean, no prom, but I seen inside the limousine. When I party, I smoke, but no Hennessy. People just like parties to get fucked up. Born into this world, it's just my luck. Mountain Cub on a pro, just trying to get a buck. Everything ain't I ain't trying to get put on the map. I was always searching for a handout. Only shit I ever got was tap. I was dreaming about a damn Fiji while I'm drinking water from the tap.
Definitely some potential in this.
With jealousy until a baddie fell into my lap. If she throw it back, I'm gonna tap. So I ain't trying to get put on the map. Tiger Wood, I'm baking biscuits, they go good with tea. Can you keep a secret? Ain't no secret if you telling me. Remember all them days, it's Black Eyed Peas, we screaming, I'm a beat. Now you hear me inside of your whip, I sound like
Alright, so I did feel like the beat was a tad bit louder than the vocals on here. So that's really my main, you know, criticism, you know, with it. I like the vibe that you do bring to the table, the amount of layers and stuff like that that you add. Like, it feels like something a little bit, you know, different. That, you know, if it has that right mix, that feels more professional, and then, you know, you can potentially, you know, put that out, do videos and different stuff like that. But it almost feels like it could be in between that intro or interlude, you know, kind of record. You know, it's something a little bit different, just like as you're getting set up to, you know, perform the actual, you know, first song, you know, that sort of plays to get you, you know, pumped up or whatnot. You know, but yeah, get things done, you know, with the vocals. I mean, it was crazy because I could still hear clarity in the vocals. So, you know, certain things that are needed to make the vocals feel a little bit more crisp and clear, you know, those were done. But if I ever have that urge to want to turn it up And it wasn't it wasn't the beat, because the beat was and felt like where it needed to be, outside of just your vocals being a little bit too low and hiding, you know, a little bit behind it or whatnot. So if you fix that, you know, you can pretty much move forward, at least in my opinion. What do you guys think, though?
Be sure to send your music and beats over to ThatDorkyReviewShow at gmail.com.
All right, let me see what we got next. Wrecked. I think we have your beat. Just gonna say thanks, man. Like, listen. You know, it's close to being something that I could see you opening for a Chance the Rapper, a J. Cole, you know, certain artists in those lanes or whatnot. So you're on the right path, you know, there. Hold on, let me do this. What is it? 5th track from my 6 unreleased Wreck Theory, my first album. Let me see if it's actually gonna, this one might take a little time to download, if it does at all, so I may have to just play it directly from the thing, but that usually don't do it. Okay, I may be able to do that. Not bad. As a producer though, you know, getting in there to do music, you sounded natural. It didn't feel like you were doing it for the first time or nothing.
Sexy ass production. Oh, fuck yes, Rex. Please don't stop, baby.
Is that a part of the beat tag? Here's with the record. Get up on this, sing or freaking rap. You gotta wreck this. I wanna make sure that like I can buy you a necklace. There's a lot of time where like you don't know if you like what I'm saying, if you respect it, or if lots of things that you hearing you gotta check with. And also I don't even know what the hell is my set list. Like I don't usually rap to drill, but there's a lot of times where I hear beats I have to kill. And I have this skill, but also know that like there are people who freaking have what the hell, like changed? Totally changed. Yo, it totally changed. You know what, man? You didn't think that I was like gonna be strange, but freaking I know that I don't even know what to say, but you know that these lame, so why? Like why the heck and like where you go when there's a lot of time where I know like there's a lot of things that you can play. I tell whatever that's this one makes me kind of want to write to it though. Hey. I appreciate this switching up like it is. Who would you guys hear on this beat if there was an artist? There's a beat and an artist. You're gonna listen to this shit regardless. When you're cordless, runs out of battery. A lot of y'all are mad at me. You're always like, man, I didn't even like know you even rap. Homie, I had some beats that I was about to freaking send, dog. I've been up in the streets like. It seems like a dope R&B artist. You know what I'm saying? Once again, now it's produced by Wrecked Entertainment. I like that production, right? It did, you know, change and switch up, you know, throughout, which is, you know, sometimes we don't really hear that a lot with beats that, you know, tend to go into somewhat of the drill territory with certain elements. And, you know, this is something that I've been looking for within that genre, something that takes it to a different place where you can blend, you know, genres and artists, you know, kind of on the same record and do something a little bit different. You can get an R&B artist or a straight rapper on this and it would be dope. You can get a pop artist, it would be dope, you know, as well. There's a nice energy with it, and it felt like the producer was there the entire time, right? Make a beat feel lived in is what I'm always telling you guys on the show. What does that mean? It means don't just do a loop and then make that one loop all the way through, right? Or there's two variations of what you have and then that's it, right? Have different sections, places where, you know what I'm saying, maybe you just play the sound without the drums without the sound. You change the tone, you add certain elements. You want people to feel your presence, not like you didn't make the whole beat in those cases, but you want them to feel your presence, you know, throughout, like you methodically thought about every placement of, you know, where you wanted certain things to hit. This is also why, you know, artists sometimes will ask for the stems of the record or of the beat that they're rapping to, because throughout, like when they make a song, they're able to edit some of those elements at different parts, right? And sort of make the beat feel more lived in, like the producer was there or whatnot. But if you beat them to it, you inspire a little bit of, you know, what's gonna happen with that song, you know, as it goes and continues forth or whatnot. So, you know, try your best, you know, within those confines, and, you know, just kind of you know, keep going with that. Let me see. We're gonna get back into the free line once again. Thank y'all for your patience as we comb through. Let's see how many we do before we jump back in to the thing. Let's see, Mike Sense with Back Down. Produced by Cashmere.
Homie, I ain't backing down. About to get it cracking now. Got these clowns packing now. Catching rappers lacking when it comes down to this rapping, it's no relaxing. Homie, I ain't backing down. About to get it cracking now. Got these clowns packing now. Catching rappers lacking. When it comes down to this rapping, it's no relaxing. Ain't no lacking. I'm K-Wood, seeing the wolves in sheep clothing. They talk cheap and we all know it. Look how they creep, making it hard to go to sleep. They want you to retreat. Get the weed whacker for these bad actors. Got no time for that weak chatter. Claiming they ghosts, that's cool with me. Take out the G and the A and the T. Then replace it with a JKE. Then you'll see what I see underneath. Cats think I'm trash, that's news to me. When a handful of y'all need ChatGPT to write a good 16. So it's man versus machine. Homie, I ain't backing down. About to get it cracking now. Got these clowns packing now. Catching rappers lacking when it comes down to this rapping, it's no relaxing. Homie, I ain't backing down. About to get it cracking now. Got these clowns packing now. Catching rappers lacking. When it comes down to this rapping, it's no relaxing. Ain't no lacking. They wanna see me in the void like Bob Reynolds. For centuries I've been on this kind of energy. Seeing red like Daredevil. I can smell enemies. Sweat, fear, and cheap cologne. Fake shit I don't condone. Y'all not Al Capone. Bloodsuckers can't see their own vision in the mirror. So it's hard for them to see the bigger picture. A blind man knows the world is bumpy like he's reading Braille. And bullshit sells. I move on my own trail. As a juvenile, my vision was wacky pomo. I'm doing me while y'all rely on bummy pomo. Homie, I ain't backing down. About to get it cracking now. Got these clowns packing now. Catching rappers lacking when it comes down to this rapping, it's no relaxing. Homie, I ain't backing down. About to get it cracking now. Got these clowns packing now. Catching rappers lacking. When it comes down to this rapping, it's no relaxing. Ain't no lacking.
Like when you're back in it, you haven't sent freaking. All right, man. What y'all think about that? Like Mike Sense is consistent. I've only ever described Mike Sense one way, and it's because he's always consistent within it. Like I always like pretty much every beat that he raps to, and I basically describe it as it's like if Jay-Z made the blueprint 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all back to back. Like it'll feel like the records that he makes can be a part of the same, album projects and themes. And he has his own, we'll just say he has his own tight beat while also still maintaining the differentiality between, each record. The vibe on that one, was cool, whatnot. 2 minutes and 45 seconds, so it's only, 15 seconds away from what I feel like is a full song structure or whatnot, but not bad. I could see a video to it. That is something that I do feel like we still need from you. We got Serena off the door right now with Jump In. Send y'all music. Send y'all music.
Is it a crime? How will I find it? Will it be mine? I Real life. When I catch a try it on, will you undermine it? When I have to hide it, will you lose or will I truly instead of we?
Well, you always make me close my eyes.
Put my own needs instead of me. So come my way. I've got time to waste. With me there's no shame to go against the grain. It's all worth the wait. Always make a way.
And whoever gets to record you is lucky, yo.
Usually don't fall for the light. Bright as the day taking the night. But you know, got some things circling my mind. You make me wanna get up my shell. Ooh, so swell. Come with me, baby, we can excel. Can you tell I'm trying to send this message, but you know I don't speak well. Will you lose or will I trust you instead of me? Will you like it if I put my own needs instead of you? I've got time to waste. With me there's no shame to go against the grain. It's all worth the wait. We always make a way.
Guess you gotta have the bridge. A lot of times, like, we think about a future or a past, or up in the future if we having kids. And there's a lot of times where if you eating barbecue, and it'll be cool if you got some lemonade and I can have some ribs, and I'm just in the corner making sure that freaking in the future, if I'm freaking chilling, talking to our daughters, and it gets so freaking hot that I just need to buy some water, but I don't know what is happening. But all of y'all are freaking tell me that I don't know where the heck to go, but I would do something. I don't know, man. Listen. It's a dope vibe, though. I'm way out too right there. First off, you know, Serena always comes and does this every time, man. You know what I'm saying? She has such an amazing voice. It's sweet, it's sensual, it's straight to the point. You know, the production that she has will be very, you know, vibey, jazzy, you know, and it's pure music. It's definitely artists to look for energy, or artists to look out for energy, right? You know what I'm saying? Where you hear something and you just know if she's able to get out there and have the opportunity to perform this song, you know, with someone on the piano, with some violins and everything that we're hearing on this record. Like, you know, it would be a privilege to be in those, you know, vicinities. I can already hear this record right now on, you know, any movie, TV show. I'd probably, like, I don't know what I would prefer, right? TV show is one thing, it's on an episode, you know, you kind of hear it once, right? Movies, like, I feel like people would tend to watch those more, right? When they really like the movie, they'll go in there, you know what I'm saying? This playing towards, like, you know, a love, you know, scene, or just, you know, a dope watching the seasons change as you know, it's looking at, you know, the environment and the main person just like going throughout life. Whatever, man, you could use it for a lot of stuff. And I had said, you know, whoever gets to record you is lucky, because they get to hear the talent like every step of the way. I have no idea how many times you may, you know, mess up or sing out key, but it doesn't feel like it. At least I feel like I'm hearing a version that is, you know, still professional. And you know, I'd probably lose like forget what's happening because, like, again, you hear just what you do with the vocals, how easily it is for you to go in with the different melodies. You know what I'm saying? Your voice is real sweet. It just makes you kind of shut the world off and like just want to take in the song, you know, itself, and you know what you're doing. You could do it a cappella, we would still feel like that. So in terms of a potential bridge, like, do what you feel. It is always welcome. The more that you feel like adding to a record, and if you have the talent to do it, right? An intro, you know, does give people a little bit more you know, a heads up, you know, that there's an artist there. For a little bit, people will feel like, oh, is it an instrumental, you know? And then, you know, so if you have something that sort of leads up, it you know, would help as well. At the same time, if you have a live band, right, the best thing about performing with live bands is, like, people love the whole deal, right? So you're allowed to let certain band members get solos, and, you know, them just to go ham, and like they could play for a whole minute before you come in, and people would be fine, because it's still a talent to play an instrument, to make it nice, to create something that is, you know, soothing. So they could like set the mood as like certain elements in the environment, lighting, different things like that sort of change up, and then give you your, you know, entrance. And I'm thinking like more of, you know, that live performance thing. But, you know, give me your thoughts on what you think, and you know, hopefully you do make a video to that in the future. I would love to, you know, see that with that. He said, I want to play with an orchestra so bad. So, like, listen, dream that into existence. Dream that into existence. Quite literally, put a freaking post out. Like, literally, if you post about something and kind of tell people, like, you know, your aspirations, your dreams, like what you want to do with certain things, just talk about it, you know, make it a piece of content. You know, there are people that if they believe in you, they'll help you with that support of, you know, making something like that, you know, happen or whatnot. Obviously, people have to be in the area for wherever, you know, you're going to be performing at, or you'd have to travel if it's one of those. But give as much information as you can to like whatever you might need, you know, specifically in terms of that, and make it happen. Definitely record it visually, because, you know, like, it's everything that we're willing to do is content, right? If they can make reality shows about ice truckers and people just bidding on things in storages, and like they've made shows about everything, right? So people are accustomed to reality in a way that, you know, kind of lets you know what that life is like in whatever kind of, you know, thing it is. For us artists, it's like, again, when you go to the studio, when you're recording a song, when you're working on it, you know, like people need to experience the creativity. Especially, let me do my last thank you, right? Because every so often we will get AI records to the show, right? And it is artists like you that I cherish so much, because you are a real artist. You are a human being. You show the quality that a real person can have when you use your actual voice, your actual thoughts, and seeing you compile, you know, a record, you know, in its full. Like, those things like are very important. And I thank you for not being AI, right? Like, we're bordering those places where they're trying to make it seem like it's acceptable to just become an AI artist and you not, you know, get your own vocals on the thing. But like, people love that work. They love to see an artist grow. They want to watch an artist go through stuff in life, and, you know, then watch the songs that come out of those situations and stuff like that. So keep doing it. He said, or like singing in an expensive restaurant. Listen, I believe that you could do it, and, you know, I want to see that happen, right? So whatever you have to do, you know, hopefully you have, you know, a manager. Those are things that would be their job to try to, you know, help you get to, and stuff like that. And if not, like, again, we have to dream and create those things, you know, ourselves. Social media is a good place to leave those things out in the open, and even if it's like collabing with other artists and telling, hey, yo, add some drums to this or something like that, people will come out of the woodworks to, you know, add their 2 cents. And literally, you're creating a free promotion method, because every one person who like, oh, let me try to spit a verse on this, or let me sing a verse, or let me add, you know, some extra guitar or something. Every artist who does that, they have their own audiences. Those audiences are gonna see it and then know who you are, right? And then equally, if they are at all the audience artists, they will do the same thing. Every new person that does it, you know what I mean? Like, everyone in their audience basically sees it, and at the very least, you're promoting the record. You're promoting you and your talent. People will wait for, like, you know, more things like that and stuff. So, does it be promoting be scary? It's just sometimes. Listen. You gotta trust yourself, man. I would think, you know, when you actually do have the talent, everything should be that much easier, because you can kind of talk ish and actually back it up, right? For people who like consistently, they use, you know, so many effects to remotely try to sound how natural you already sound, right? You can go live, like, you're the exact artist people do want to see the Tiny Desk performances from, because, you know, you bring that authenticity to, you know, the sound that we are hearing. So, you know, trust yourself a little bit more. You know, if anything, post a lot more of you just literally performing, you know, your songs, request and covers from other people, you know, just to get the word out and take advantage of you know, certain opportunities and things like that. I've been trying to get a lot of female artists to like, look, like we have a lot of R&B from male artists, right, that are them talking to the ladies or someone specific. Do the follow-up records to some of those songs, right? Make a like, you know, okay, this is from the female perspective of that, or, you know, the response, you know, kind of thing. It'll tap in to that audience. It'll give you an extra flavor, especially when it comes to like, you know, remixes. People tend to like when you're able to make a record yours in some way, right? A cover is a cover, right? If we're getting there and we just kind of sing the same lyrics and melodies and stuff like that, like people already know what to expect. But if you change the words and, you know, kind of do your own thing in certain sections, you keep some of the spirit of the record, you know, in there, but other things different. You know, people love that. Big salute. Danny Ray gave thumbs up to that as well. We got 2MD up next. Trust yourself, though.
Going global.
You know that I don't do no talking, bitch, I let them babes speak. Run it up, I move in silence, now my pockets yelling shit. Know the I be in they feeling when I post up with that heat. When I post up with that heat. We don't play no fucking game, bitch, this ain't H-Bar, ain't no we. Talking tough up on the net, but they be quiet in the street. No, they never be outside. Sit at home and hit it sweet, they sit at home just hit it sweet. You gotta know that I'm the one. No, I'll never be no maybe. I'm the one who made it jump when shit would drive just like the 80. Keep that shit, I'll never shake it. All these bitches say I'm crazy, cause I'm toting all these pistols like I'm signed just to the Navy. Used to not hey, I used to rock that little 380. Now my BB got extension like my side chick named Mercedes. I don't talk, I let it spark. That's how I handle all them maybes. All that gutter like me smell. Know that's not gon' drive them crazy. I be posting, never lazy. All these bitches say I'm crazy. I don't trust too many, but you know I always trust my aim. I don't lost too many, so don't try and play no fucking game. I'm still moving like the bar stuff, but all that I'm still cooking, bitch. I'm staying out the peak, stacking spots and they don't looking, bitch. I'm talking like the bosses, but they panicked in the heat. I was calm all in the storm, just me, my name up in the street. Out here begging for a plate, but you weren't there to help me eat. Hey, nah, pull my heart out on this bitch, cooking paint up in this pan. Know the real ones, they gon' starve before they taking from they man. I'm not rapping for a change, I'm not rapping for no clout. I'm just stacking every day, cause I done seen through all the drought.
Bitch, I came up off the crumbs, now I'm feasting with the fam. Used to post up on the corner, now I post up where I am.
Why is he even using autotune?
Had a dream, had a scale. How to watch is how I move, cause I ain't built for no sale.
I've been getting bags and making catches just like I'm Odell. Got the shit gon' pull before I got that shit that make you well. You know I'm rolling through the block, got the city on my back. Came from nothing, had to hustle, bitch, I had to stay on track. Mama praying for me, told me, boy, to keep your shit, don't let. Say the face, they not the purse, I get them people off my back.
That's it. Yeah, a lot of speaking shots. Well, I wanted that to go. I don't know what the heck I'm about to say, but I almost hit that. I almost hit the Dorky don't play that because, you know, for the most part, through the majority of the record, you know, the tone did kind of stay the same, right? And if you're not really singing, you know, when it comes to anything that's remotely melodic, I always feel like you don't really need auto-tune, right? If you're gonna use auto-tune at all, like it's really, you know, it shines when you know, kind of know what you're doing, when you have that variation, when you know, still kind of know how to sing for the most part. And I know this isn't one of those type of records, right? It's not like a, you know, again, something for the ladies and all that. It's more of a, you know, trap centric, something more hardcore. But I still feel like there are artists who know exactly what to do when it comes to, you know, making one of these, you know, kind of records or whatnot. If you ever heard of an artist called C Money Baby, you know, he's the perfect example, right? Because he makes, you know, records for the street, but somehow is always able to make it feel like, you know, his vocals kind of stand in an R&B kind of centric thing or whatnot, right? Let me play some C Money Baby real quick.
Yeah, we was taught to get it out the mud. 10 toes down, never run. You can't even trust the ones you love. Better keep a gun where I'm from, 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 where I'm from.
Like, he's gonna use good melodies that work.
Chopstick, cut a nigga out like Photoshop.
And then he raps too.
World's only gonna get colder without you. Tears flowing down my face, knowing I wrote this about you. Sometimes when no one's around me, I fall down on my knees and scream, please let it all be a dream. It gets harder to breathe, knowing you took your last breath on this earth. They told me it only gets better, but I swear it gets worse. I miss my motherfucking round. Them 2 gold teeth shining when you smell.
Yeah, I'm saying, hold up, let me get in here. Alright, man, let me see what is up, because we might head out for the moment. Come back in a few hours if we can. Gotta check out some stuff or whatnot. I appreciate you guys for, of course, you know, tapping in. Again, we will be potentially back in a few hours and stuff like that. Make sure that you follow us on any and all platforms. Look for That Dorky Review Show. And, you know, keep our email in your contacts so you guys can send as soon as I go live. It's ThatDorkyReviewShow@gmail.com. We do offline reviews, so if I'm not live and you still need, you know, a review for some, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are options for those or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? So do your thing. I appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight. Again, we'll try to come back in a few hours. I will see you later.
Bro, it's 2 in the morning, fell asleep and I'm yawning, waking up on the lawn, I'm seeing blue and orange. People follow me to school and copy me until I stopped and put my music on. I'm just crawling like a zombie, gnawing on a Nazi, probably in his uniform. Born identity, homie, you've been warned. My brain is so